K2 will cause a very terrible problem in the Middle East. Israel will strike a nuclear plant in Iran. Now, almost strike it, almost plant now. US will not be very happy because US for any Iran for more trust of the nuclear deal, no, or making a revival, no, Trump by no become. So they are trying that they can revive it, but they will strike a nuclear plant in Iran. America for a starting a very serious war in the Middle East. Write it down.
Iran has blamed Israel for last Saturday's drone attack on a military factory near the central city of Isfahan, which authorities has caused minor damage. The country is promising a revenge for what appeared to be the latest episode in a long-running covert war. The Iranian claim carried by the semi-official ISNA news agency on Thursday corroborates remarks made by United States officials on the attack. The attack came amid tension between Iran and the West over Tehran's nuclear activity and its supply of arms, including long-range suicide drones for Russia's war in Ukraine, as well as months of anti-government demonstrations at home. Iran had accused Israel in the past of planning attacks using agents inside Iranian territory.
The rapidly intensifying conflict between Israel and Palestinian militants roared into a second day Sunday. The new fears the surprise attack could spark an even wider Middle East war. Today, the Pentagon ordered U.S. warships and forces in the region to move closer to Israel, including the aircraft carrier Gerald R. Ford, currently deployed in the Mediterranean. Israeli soldiers today battled Hamas militants at the country's southern border. Hundreds have been killed on both sides, the U.S. saying some may be Americans. They include at least 260 Israelis attending a music festival near the border. Hamas claims to hold more than 100 people hostage. Israel has responded with fury. Fighter jets taking aim at targets in the Palestinian territory. Here in New York, hundreds of Israeli and Palestinian supporters held rival rallies in Times Square. And at the U.S. Capitol today, the flag was lowered to half-staff in solidarity with Israel.
The death toll in Israel soared above 700 on Sunday, a number likely to numb much of Israeli society. Many of those killed close to Gaza had come to dance. But as Hamas fighters attacked, crowds of ravers ran for their lives. Many were dragged into Gaza as captives. In the face of this onslaught, Israel's military is facing criticism for its slow response on Saturday morning. By Sunday morning, its warplanes smashing the strip with near constant airstrikes. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has promised to turn Gaza into an island of ruins. For some residents, that devastation already a reality, with Gazan health authorities reporting many hundreds killed in Israeli attacks. Israel says this destruction is just the start of a long response to Hamas's unprecedented attack. Tanks and munitions also massing by the border with Lebanon, following artillery and rocket fire back and forth with Hezbollah to the north. Large numbers of soldiers are mobilizing in the now militarized zone near Gaza, with a warning to Palestinian civilians to back away from the boundary line that Hamas had breached.
There are tens of thousands of military personnel in the surrounding areas near Gaza. We will continue to arrive to every settlement until we kill all the gunmen who are inside Israeli territory.
In the occupied West Bank, mourning for several civilians killed in clashes with security forces. Among them, a mother torn by grief for a teenage son. Several countries have called for the violence to cease, but no sign either side will contemplate a cessation anytime soon. Willem Marx, Al Jazeera.